Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Off the Bounce, episode 12. I'm your host, Slam the Bookie, with my co-host, Alpha Dog Bets and Hefe Picks. He is back today. Good man, how you feeling today?
Oh man, so much better than I was last week. Shout out BBB, filled in for me real nice. Appreciate that guy, and can't wait to get it rolling today, man. Thanks for having me back, boys.
Man, excited to have you back, Hefe. Man, how you feeling today, Alpha?
Another day. Finally, we get Hefe back. Excited to get to talk shop with you. Glad to have my fellow Knicks fan back on the show. And shout out BBB, Big Brain Bets. He did an awesome job filling in. We have another announcement about him. We will probably say at the end of the show today, but you guys will be seeing a lot more of Big Brain Bet, and we are excited to bring that to you guys. So let's get into it, Slam.
Let's do it. Before we get started, guys, big shout out to Pure Wage, as always. Thank you for sponsoring this show. If you guys haven't, please give them a follow. We're going to jump right into a quick recap. We got a big slate today, so let's jump right into some weekend recaps. I want to talk about this game. Lakers at the Pistons, man. What did you guys see the fight? Like, man, what did you guys
at the Palace Part 2, baby?
Yeah, man. What? Man, who was
I
in the
don't
wrong?
know.
LeBron was the one that started it for sure, and I think Stewart kind of just took it too far. Like, I know he's mad, but what did you guys think?
You know what the number one takeaway I came away with? At what point Cade Cunningham just has to stop holding him back? How many times is Cade Cunningham going to stand in Isaiah Stewart's way? It must have been 7, 8, 9 times that he just bull rushed him over. Like, at what point Cade just going to think, all right, man, you on your own.
I mean, to be honest, it was kind of a bad move on Stewart's part. It's a bad look. Yeah. He ran over one of his coaches. You ran over the number one pick, and you're a grit and hustle guy. And I get it, but you're a professional athlete. You have to control your emotions a little bit better, But it was definitely entertaining, made for a great game in the end. LeBron was out. The Lakers made a great run, but a little disappointing Stewart acted how he did, for sure.
Listen, at the end of the day, this was and Coach said it after the game, and LeBron said it, this could be a big turnaround spot for the Lakers, a big galvanizing spot. They were down 11, I think, at the time of the fight. They got down as much as 15. It was in the middle of the third quarter. For them to come back, galvanize, get themselves together, and win that game, we could be talking about this a couple weeks from now as the turning point for the Lakers season.
Absolutely, and they needed something. So, I mean, hopefully this will get them going, get them on the right track, because the NBA is better when the Lakers do well. It just is.
Absolutely.
For sure. Let's jump right into this one game right here. Toronto Raptors versus the Warriors. Man, the Warriors have just been impressive, man. They just got all around weapons. Jordan Poole just had a great weekend, man. He had 2 30-point games, just shooting lights out from threes. Curry I think he played pretty bad, but they ended up still blowing out the Raptors. Man, Hefe, I want you to talk about the Warriors here, man. You think they're winning it this year or what?
It's interesting. Jordan Poole goes from averaging 10 points per game in his first 2 years to 18 points per game this year. All of a sudden, Andrew Wiggins, who nobody's ever talking about, he's having nights where he's dropping 33, he's dropping 27. The story here is Steph Curry doesn't have to have it every night for them to win, and yet he pretty much has it every night. Right now, hands down, close your eyes, let's put the slip in, he's your MVP. There's no doubt about it. And we had this conversation earlier on this show, maybe a couple weeks ago. And I asked, if he wins MVP and the Warriors win a championship, which I think right now they're the both favorites to do that, is he a top 5 all-time NBA player? And the more he goes out and has performances where he keeps dropping 9 threes in a game more times in the month of November than any person has ever done it in a season, that conversation is becoming more and more real every day, guys.
I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. He's transcended the game. He is one of the few people in the NBA that you can say is a transcendent player from when he came into the league by the time he leaves the league. And this Golden State team is deep. Curry went 2 of 10 yesterday. He had 12 points. He was the 4th highest leading scorer on his team. That's without Klay Thompson. That's without some other pieces, Wiseman. When this team gets fully healthy, they are going to be deadly. Jordan Poole is turning into a star this year. He was 10 of 13, 8 of 11 from 3, dropped 33 points. This guy can play, and this team can play. I definitely am very high on the Warriors going forward.
Yeah, man, the Warriors are going to be – they're scary this year, man. So I'm excited to see Klay Thompson play again here soon. But yeah, let's jump right into today's breakdown. We got a lot of games today, guys. But before we do, big shout out to Pure Wage once again. Thank you for sponsoring this show. Let's jump right into today's breakdown, guys. Real quick, there's a lot of games today. A lot of weird lines.
A lot of weird lines.
Stay disciplined, guys. You don't have to bet every single game. There's just a lot of sketchy lines, but we're gonna jump right into it. Let's hit the early slate here. Charlotte Hornets versus the Washington Wizards. Line sitting at -4.5. The Wizards have just been red hot at home. I think they're 7-1 at home this season. Hornets have just been struggling on the road. The line is pretty low. No play for me, but I'm going to pass this to Alpha. Alpha, what's your take on this game?
So I like the over in this one, guys. Usually on this show, I give out a lot of unders. On this one, I like the over today. This game, I think, is going to be very close. Everything's indicating this should stay within a few points. It might, at the end, go up to a 6-point win for Washington to cover. But either way, I think this game does stay close for the majority of it, which will lead to more points. Competitive games at the end leads to fouls, free throws, and these guys have seen each other a lot recently. I think this one cruises over, and this is one of my favorite plays of the day. Hefe, what do you have in this one?
So right now I see that the Wizards are -4.5. I see that the Wizards have 4 straight home wins. I see that the Hornets have won 4 of the last 5. If we remember the last time these teams played, the Hornets kind of pulled away late, got the W at home. This is a no play for me. I'm with Slam. This is kind of a tough game. I can see the Wizards winning. I can see them winning by 1 or 2 or 3 points and not covering this. I'm staying away from this game. I lean towards the Wizards, but I'm staying away.
I'm with you right there, Hefe. I lean the Wizards at home. They're hot right now, man. Why not just keep it rolling? If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Is that the saying?
Yep.
But let's jump right into the next game, man. I want to talk about this one. Thunder at the Hawks. Line sitting at 11.5. Some books have 12. The Hawks have been hot at home. They've just been covering. This is a lot. There's a lot of points here, laying double digits. No play for me here. Do you guys have anything on this game, Hefe?
Yeah, this is one I'm on. I'm taking the Hawks. I got them at 11.5. The Hawks have won 4 in a row, all by double digits. They've covered every single home spread this year so far. Thanks for that nugget, Alpha. And they're hot.
7-1. 7-1.
7-1. Still amazing. They're hot right now. They're gelling, and they're kind of facing a team that's kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum. I think it's a perfect storm. I know it's at 11.5. I like it. I'm going to roll with the Hawks on this one. I think today we're going to see a lot of these big spreads, cash. Don't think too much into the intricacies. Hawks are a better team. They're a hotter team. They're at home. Take the Hawks. I'm taking them 11.5.
This is one of the few lines today, guys. This is one of the few lines that looks correct. A lot of the lines are a little fishy today. This one looks like it's accurate. The Hawks are the best team in the NBA at home. As Hefe said, they're 7-1 against the spread, which is 87.5%, highest in the league. And OKC, you just don't know what you're going to get with this team. They have no real identity. They're pretty good defensively, led by Dort, but you just don't know what you're going to get. I do lean the Hawks in this one. I'm unsure if I'm going to take any action officially when it comes down to game time, but if I were to take something, it would be the Hawks. Not my favorite play of the day because it's such a high spread, but I do think they cover that line. Slam, do you have any action in this one?
No action for me, man. But yeah, I lean the Hawks at home, man. They just been feeling it. And
Is Slam on the Hawks?
No. It's a lean.
Okay.
But man, you don't know what you're getting with this Thunder team. Sometimes they show
Absolutely.
up, sometimes they don't. But it's a stay away from me for now. Let's just jump right into the next game here. This line is sketchy. Pacers at the Bulls. Line sitting at -1.5. The Bulls have been hot right now. DeRozan, Levine playing amazing. And this line is just sketchy. I know Alpha's on the you're liking the Bulls here at home, man.
I currently lean the Bulls. I'm a little hesitant. They did play. It is a back-to-back. They did play the Knicks last night, and it was a grinded-out, close game. But I do think that they have the legs in the guard play to take this one. I know you guys know how I feel about the Indiana Pacers, the entire state of Indiana after that debacle a week and a half ago. I'm not over that yet, so there's not a prayer I'm taking any action on any team in the state of Indiana. But I do like the Bulls at home. They're 12-5. Indiana's 7-11. You could get it in a money line at -120. I think that'll hit. I don't like touching anything else in this game except for a straight money line. So that's what I'm taking on this one. Slammy, what do you have in this one?
Well, I'm gonna take the Pacers here, man. Plus the 2. It's a sharp line, man. I'm trusting the line here. I think the Bulls will have some problems in the paint. You got Turner, Sabonis. I see the Pacers attacking the paint here. The Bulls are on a back-to-back, so you get some tired legs out there. But I mean, the Bulls, it's a scary bet, but I'm trusting it here. I like Pacers plus the 2.
I have one thing to add here. I have one quick thing to add here. The last time this great big front court of the Pacers played a team that was without their center was against the Denver Nuggets. And we know exactly how that one played out. They did nothing in the paint. They did not play anything into their own game style. And they played completely to the other team's play. So I don't trust this team. And I hope we get a repeat of what happened in that game. Hefe, what do you have in this one?
I'm rolling with the Bulls. I'll make this simple. DeMar DeRozan's playing at Raptors DeMar DeRozan level. He guys, he has the most points ever in Bulls history through his first 16 games, beating out Michael Jordan by a single point. They're meshing quicker than I ever thought they would. Levine's playing amazing. I'm not reading too much into this. -1.5, -125 money line. You never know what Indiana Pacers team you're gonna get. They seem like they kind of don't play well with the teams that are more athletic than they are. And I'm rolling with the Bulls. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm rolling with the Bulls money line here.
Also, fun little stat on this one, guys. The Pacers are 2-9 overall on the road. You can get the money line into -120.
Oof.
I like those odds.
All right. So I got Hefe and Alpha going against me tonight. Riding Pacers plus the 2. Hefe and Alpha are on the Bulls tonight. Let's jump right into the next game, guys. Let's talk about this one. T-Wolves versus the Pelicans. Line sitting at -3. T-Wolves on the road here. The T-Wolves have been playing great at home. So they're back on the road today against a not so good Pelicans team, man. I don't know if this line's a gift or it's a little trap. No play here for me. But Alpha, what do you think?
Guys, there's some fishy lines out there. I mean, the T-Wolves have looked good. They're coming in winning 3 games in a row. All 3 games they've won by double digits. Last game they beat the Memphis Grizzlies 138-95. It's a 40-point win. They beat the Spurs 115-90. What is that, 25? And then they beat the Kings 107-97. Meanwhile, the Pelicans are coming in off a 111-94 loss to the terrible Pacers. They did get a win against the Clippers, but then they lost back-to-back with Miami and Washington. I don't understand the line in this one, and because of that, I think I'm going to have to lay off for now. It just looks too good to be true. The line should not be so low in this matchup, and I just don't understand why it's like that. And normally, guys, when lines are like that, we all know, take another game. We know how that could play out. Something else is going on. Hefe, what do you see in this one?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is every part of me wants to take the Timberwolves. -3, -150 money line. At visiting New Orleans was 3-15. Timberwolves have they won 4 in a row? They've won 3 in a row. They're looking for the 4th straight victory. But like you guys said, sometimes a line is too fishy, too stinky to take, and that's exactly what this is. And I know that I'll be watching this game about halfway through third quarter when the Timberwolves are up by like 17 points, looking at myself like, why do I overthink everything? But sitting here right now, I can't take it. I'm with you guys. I obviously lean the Timberwolves, but I'm not playing this game for exactly what you said, Alpha.
I think you made a good point there as of now. As of now, we're not playing this game. There is still a lot of time before this tips off. You may see 1, 2, 3 of us on this later. It does not mean we're not playing it. As of right now, for this specific game, we are off it. But Hefe did say that as well. He may have action on it later. So, Slam, what do you see in this one?
I lean the T-Wolves, but I'm with you guys, man. I'm staying off this game. The line is a little off to me. As of right now, yeah, I'm off of it. But we just got to see where this line goes and until closer to game time.
Absolutely.
Let's jump right into the next game, guys. The Suns at the Spurs, man. Suns have been hot. Alpha, I know that's your squad. Line sitting at -5.5. I see maybe it going up to -6 now. I'm gonna let Alpha break this one down real quick. Alpha, what's your take?
Well, guys, if you've played the Suns in the last week, you know that they've been a heartbreaking team. They continuously keep losing spreads by either one or by the hook, and now the spread has gone down. Last week, the spread was mostly at an 8.5-point line for almost all their games. And tonight, it currently is at 5, at the Spurs, who have been struggling, which yet again, guys, is another fishy line today. This is another one I'm going to have to lay off. It shouldn't be a 5-point spread, in my opinion. The Suns are a much better team. They have much better chemistry, and they've been playing better basketball. And they've been winning all their games by more than 5 points. They were winning last week, all of them by around 6 or 7. This one's all the way down to 5. I can't pull the trigger on that. Hefe, what do you have on this one?
So, unlike the Timberwolves game, I'm actually going to have to disagree with your stance about fishy line. The Suns played, when did they play? Yesterday? Yeah.
Let me see here. Yes, they played yesterday.
They played yesterday.
In a blowout.
Smoked Denver by 29 points. This line is indicative of a team that has to travel, that is on no rest, versus a team that is on rest and playing at home. 5.5. I see you're saying you see 5. I think that's reasonable, especially for a team that, like you said, had terrible beats against the spread last week. We all remember Abdul Nader missing the 2 free throws. All he needed to do was make
Unreal.
one. Just make one.
Don't get me started. Don't get me going.
Anyway, I like the Suns. The Suns they've won 12 in a row. They're hot. They're dependable. They have pillar players, unlike the Timberwolves, who are not dependable. And that's why I'm not going to scream the fishy line on this one. I'm taking the Suns, -5. No doubt about it. Slam, you on this one or staying away?
Staying away from this one, boys. If I had to take a play, I'll lean the Spurs. Line says it's too good to be true. I mean,
That's how I feel.
-5.5 is fishy. But it's a no play for me, man. Like, you don't know what team you're getting. You don't know what team's going to show up for the Spurs. I know they're coming back home, but again, it's just hard to back the Spurs right now. Stay away game for me. Guys, before we got 2 more games to go over, but before we move on, special thanks to Pure Wage, guys. If you guys are watching the Twitter video right now, please give it a retweet, comment, like, show some love. Thank you all for the support as always. We're going to jump right into the next game. Grizzlies at the Jazz. Line sitting at -11. I personally like the Grizzlies at first. And then I just look at past matchups and I don't feel comfortable, man. The Jazz have kind of owned the Grizzlies these past 5 meetings. It's been hitting the over, but the Jazz have just been pretty much covering every single game they matched up in. -10.5 is a lot. But the Jazz have been playing great at home. If I were to play this game, I lean to the over. Alpha, I think you're on the under, I believe, right? Did you talk about that?
Yeah, I currently am leaning on the under, guys. The Jazz have been great at home. Their last 2 home games, they've won by almost 20 or more points. They won by 16 points in the first game. And then in the second game, they won by 45 or 35 points. They've been dominating teams at home. The game stayed about relatively close until half. And in the second half, the Jazz at home, they've turned the defense up. They're hitting their open shots, and they've been executing. It's hard to go against this team right now because they literally have been blowing everyone out at home. I think they open this one up. I do think they take it to the Grizzlies early, and I think we're going to get an under because one team, the Utah Jazz, is going to have a lot of points. I think the Grizzlies are going to be held on a little bit of trouble offensively. So I'm going with the under on this one. Currently, we have the line at 222. FA, what do you have in this one?
Stay away game for me, but if I had to choose, I'd go with the Jazz. The Jazz always play better at home. They have a great crowd. They play with great chemistry at home for some reason. Grizzlies in a little bit of a weird place right now. John Morant's playing out of his mind. They're working Dylan Brooks back into the lineup, which always kind of is this maturation period going on. And I don't see them matching up well against the Jazz. Rudy Gobert is a flat-out menace to society. And John Morant has the most points in the paint this year. That's going to be hard against a guy who's won 3 Defensive Player of the Years. And that's why if I had to choose, I'm going with the Jazz. But this is a layoff game for me.
Cool. There you have it. I leaned the over, and then Hefe and Alpha are both on the leaning the Jazz, right? You both lean the Jazz.
I'm on the under. Under for me, Slam.
Okay, gotcha. Alpha is on the under. Let's jump right into the next game. Probably one of my favorite games of the day, of the whole slate. Alpha, I know you. We both had the same play. But 76ers at the Kings, line sitting at -3.5.
This is my favorite play of the day.
Luke Walton got fired yesterday. This line is off to me. You have a 76ers team, a 9-8 76ers teams going to the Kings that are 6-11. Coach just got fired. Now they're favored -3.5. I like the Kings tonight. I love them. I'm taking them minus the 3.5 right now. I think they're going to be motivated. They're going to be motivated to come out at home after, firing Luke Walton, and they're going to make a statement here. And what a way to make a statement after firing your head coach. And Hefe, I'm going to let you explain this one better. So go ahead.
Man,
go ahead.
there is very few positions where no matter how bad the team is versus how good the team is, that I ride a team no matter what. And it's the first game after you fire a coach when you play at home. If the cornucopia happens that your first game after you fire a coach is at home, just take the freaking team. Guys, it has worked for some of the worst teams in the world for me. Who remembers when the Falcons fired their coach like 2 years ago, middle of the season? That next game at home, dub. Every freaking time somebody gets fired, that next game is a dub. Doesn't matter what sport, guys. The Blackhawks in hockey were like 0-12. They fired their coach. Next game at home, dub. I swear. I'm taking the Kings -3.5. De'Aaron Fox is coming out on fire tonight.
The only exception to that rule, if it's a player's coach, which Luke Walton wasn't, so you're good with this one. A lot of times the players will be upset if a player's coach gets fired, so not always does that method work. Try and see how the players felt about their coach. I am in the same boat as Hefe. I loved them in the spot tonight. There's so much talent on this team, and they have not lived up to it at all this year. Tonight's the game where they show what they're made of. I'm with you 100%. I love this play. Slam, you're with us on this?
Do we say collab? Do we say a collab?
No, not on the show.
Collab. All right.
Not on the show.
Boys, but it is one of my favorite plays of the day. I might make it a 2-unit play. But we're all on the Kings tonight, minus the 3.5.
Baby.
Last game of the slate. So, man, good luck to us. Let's jump right into our best bets today, and then we're going to end the show. Best bets. All right, Alpha, you want to take us off?
Yes, let's do it. So I am on the Kings with you guys at the -3.5. I'm also going to take the Bulls money line. I think they're going to get this done. Pretty confident about it. And the Wizards Hornets over 216. Hefe, welcome back to the show. Give the people the winners.
Here we go, boys. First best bet section in a while. I'm rolling with the Hawks -11 here. I like the fact that they've won double digits 4 straight. I love the fact that they've 7-1 at home against the spread. Thunder just do not have the talent to compete with the Hawks right now. They're gelling. My second one, Bulls money line. I'm fading Indiana. I don't think they can compete with Chicago's athleticism. DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, it's working right now. And if I can get them at a money line, I don't got to worry about points. I'm taking it. Last one, the Kings, -3.5. I don't got to explain. They just fired their coach. They're going to come out freaking hot tonight. So Kings -3.5, Bulls money line, Hawks -11. Those are my 3. Slammy, what you got?
I'm on the Kings -3.5. That is my max play of the day. I love them in the spot. Like you said, Hefe, Alpha, fired their coach. They're going to come out and make a statement tonight. And I'm also on Pacers -2. I like them in a small play. That's all I have today, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna force any plays today, man. It's tons of games, tons of sketchy lines out there. Only on 2 plays today, man. Kings -3 for a max.
No. Hold on. On this show, you give out 3 best bets. So wait. We have a little time. We were a little quick today. Give us a college basketball bet. Give us a CBB banger. I know you're a big CBB guy. Give us a CBB banger.
What a special little treat.
Okay, let's do. I gave out this one earlier. Ohio State plus the three. I gave that out last show. They play in about an
Seton
hour.
Seton Hall, 6 o'clock. My favorite play on the college basketball slate tonight, guys. I'm all over Seton Hall. I am. Very funny. That's the one play you picked out.
Alpha, you and I are never on the same play, bro.
That's not true. This is just ironic because that's the only play
I see the Kings.
Yeah, come on, man. We're both on the Hawks as well. Let's go.
I'll say for a quick minute, Ohio State really hasn't been playing up to their fucking.
They've been horrible.
I mean, Liddell should be playing a million times better than he is.
Seton Hall is one of the most underrated teams in the all of college basketball, but you guys will see that tonight. Seton Hall's coming in 3-0. They have a lot of big wins this year. We'll have to see if they could take down a Big Ten team. Slammy, that's enough about college basketball, though.
I know.
Yeah,
Since we got, I guess, another couple minutes here, one game that we haven't touched on that I think is just kind of like a line that is you either love it or you hate it is the Celtics.
Nets, Cavs. Oh, I tried guessing it.
Celtics, Rockets. Rockets are 1-15. The Celtics are hot. I don't even know if the Celtics are hot. Jason Tatum is hot right now. I'm looking at the line at 11.5. Celtics are at home. You guys have any thoughts on this one?
I'm staying so far away from this game.
Yeah,
I don't. Boston they play down to their competition so many times. They have so many letdown spots, and Houston's a bad team.
Yes, and me and you, and you're saying exactly what I'm thinking. I'm almost leaning the Rockets here, but I just can't.
I can't do it.
Press play. You know what I mean?
I can't either.
I just looked at this trend right now. Under is 9-0 in the last 9 meetings in Boston. 9-0. Under is 27 in the last 27 meetings.
What's the number? What's the under?
213. 213 and a half. I mean, Celtics have been playing.
Wait. Let me check one thing real quick.
Celtics have been playing great. Tatum's been playing amazing. Can't trust this Rockets team, man.
Celtics games have been going over. They're 9-7 on hitting on the over.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see one more thing here.
But yeah, man, no play for me in this game.
I think it's such a no play. It's such a no play.
And same thing with this Nets-Cavs game that you tried to guess. I see the line at 6, Nets visiting the Cavs. They just played in Brooklyn last week. How the Nets covered was a miracle because the Cavs had an insane run in the fourth quarter, if you guys remember. But the Nets ended up covering a 9.5 and winning by 10.
Yes, I had them. It was great.
This is a stay away. It should not be 6.
Are the Nets a parlay piece?
No.
Oof.
I agree. I agree.
Actually,
I don't think they're worth it at that value in any parlay. There's other better teams. The line, I don't know. The line, I'm not reading it.
Remember, Mobley didn't play that last game.
And they've been looking good. Kevin Love's back. Not that means anything, realistically. But
all right,
more to come tomorrow, guys.
Our time is up here. Time is up here, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, show some love, retweet, comment, like this video. We'll be back tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern Standard Times. Good luck today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Peace. Yes, sir.